treasure, they want to find it now. They are Kpro and they are cow. They're going over it and over it and over it again. This treasure hunt created by Forrest Fenn. Sing it! Kpro cow pow wow. Kpro cow pow wow wow. It's the Kpro cow pow wow. Marion and Indy are what they're like, although their real names are Christy and Mike. Can they pin down the treasure? They just might. Tune in to find out Monday nights. Kpro cow pow wow. Kpro cow pow wow wow. It's the Kpro cow pow wow.
All right, everybody, we are live. Take it away, Christy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Raven's Nest. We've been out and about a while and wanted to come back and say, hi, what's up? So we're back. I know it's Thursday night, but Thursday night is the Calazar's night for coffee or whatever that was. Do you have your coffee, Mike?
No, actually, I got water tonight.
Oh,
Just
okay.
water.
I have water too. Absolutely, water.
Right.
So, we wanted to give a little bit of time for everybody to get into the chat. If you saw, let's see, was it yesterday? Jason Eunice did a fabulous AGK kickoff. So I thought, why not just get some stuff out of the way tonight so then we can kick off next Monday and really focus on content from there forward. So we might not go a full hour. We'll see. I just want to kind of put some things kind of to bed from the past tonight, but we're going to focus on kind of content stuff. And then starting on Monday, we're going to focus on, the off season and where we're going and what we're doing. And, Mike might have a map or two that he wants to talk about as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we got, and I still have, all of these little guys sitting around. And what are we going to do? AGK retired. Is Jason Eunice going to maybe participate? I don't know what we're going to do. So we have a lot to talk about. So I thought, it's Thursday night. I was kind of bored. I thought, hey, I'm starving for some YouTube. Somebody up on Thor said they brought up when I actually had to do a grid and it was like which night which thing is, and they're like, wow, it's a little bit different now. Where are the tubers? So I thought, why not? Let's we've been out 3 weeks now, and so Mike, you were hanging out tonight. Look what happens when you just
Here
hang
we
out.
are.
I'm like, come on. So
YouTube's been a little empty lately, right? So we thought, let's just go live and talk to some people.
Yeah. So that's what we did. Mike, did you have something to say before?
Well, I just realized I called the video "The Return of the Raven's Nest is Back." Makes no sense. I'll change that.
It totally makes sense if you're a 7%er, and we all are.
Right. So I'll change that in post-production. I'll change that.
Oh, post-production. That's all that stuff that you just magically make happen. I love it. Okay, so lots of people I see. Hi, Copper Dan. Hi, Michael. Hi, Slednick and Holly and Davio and lots of people coming. William, yo, what's up? Okay, so I thought, ES, really?
Is he the moderator?
I didn't think you signed up for that, but I would love it if that's the case. I don't know if you can magically make that happen, but wow, that's awesome if you accept the assignment that has been issued to you. So Paul Ammons, gosh, people just filing in. Oh, and there's Heather Dawn. Hi, Heather Dawn. I owe you an email back, and I'll get that to you. So there's lots of people here tonight. So
the first question. The first question is, are you going to be back on Monday nights? Same bat channel, same bat time?
No, I am not going to be. We are going to be.
That's right. Good.
Mr. Partner.
Just wanted to let everybody know we'll be back Monday nights at 7 p.m., was it, Mountain?
Yeah, 9 p.m. my time. I think that's a good time.
6 p.m.
Um,
Pacific. That's right.
6 your time, 7 in the Rockies, and then keep going all the way
Yeah,
to
right.
9
All the way to
p.m. my
Europe.
time. We'll try not to go over an hour, and it's just going to be fun. We're going to try to focus on a little bit more content.
Mhm.
We'll go back to panels. I just wanted to kind of get some stuff out of the way tonight, so that's why it's just Mike and I, so you can fire away on us. Choo, choo, choo. That's the Toby in me. So yes, he's going to kick everybody out of the room.
I see that.
Bring it on, buddy. Watch out. William will now get ornery. That's what he's good at. So
I think he meant the content. Bring on the content. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just a guess.
I know William better than you.
Right.
So anyway, tonight is going to be just kind of what we've seen, why we, and I'll say more of the we is me, why I've been gone. There's kind of a lot of things happening. I will kind of set the record straight as much as I can. And then we just focus on the future and what we're looking at and the excitement of what we have coming up, which is an off season, which anybody who's been in the chase more than a hot second or one whole season, it sucks. And so we're going to try to make it a little bit more fun. And so needed some time. Oh, Covert One is here. Hi, Covert One. And so anyway, I'm excited to be back. And this is kind of spontaneous. And Mike went, what? It's like Forceman said,
just
what?
do it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Surprise.
Okay. Yeah. So okay, so where do we start, Mike? I think we should start with the investigation.
Do people even know about that? Yeah,
no,
tell people what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. I think everybody knows, or some may know, about a month ago, Charissa had some issues, which is Diggin' Gypsy, one of the Diggin' Gypsy sisters. And we were coordinating. Forrest had asked me if I would be willing to do another charity event and kind of get the team, which the team would have been Mike and Cynthia. That kind of derailed a little bit because we had a searcher that went into chats and said, the Jamie drawing was illegal. This would be illegal. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'm going to turn you in. I don't know who exactly turned us in, but we were turned in to the New Mexico gaming board. Gaming board. And we won't name names, but the special investigator that was worked with needed a lot of information and wanted to see where money went, what was the intent, who was involved. I know the first couple of calls that I made were to Forrest and Toby. They are kind of the grandfathers to me of the chase, and Mike dealt with them. We needed to take a little bit of time away where things were very raw at the time, and I'm going to ignore the chat for just a second because I want to get this out, and said, we were acting with the absolute best of intentions. We love Jamie. We love Bill. We loved what happened in this community. I will tell you, the absolute hardest thing I've ever done in the chase was to call Jamie Jordan and say, a special investigator is investigating this situation. If penalties could be as much as criminal charges against Mike, myself, others involved, there could be monetary penalties, etc. So I kind of gave worst case scenario because I wanted to be realistic. And Jamie is the most special human being on this earth. I want you to know she was awesome. She was like there for me. I'm like, what are we going to do? And we're going to be okay. And I will say, I'll just leave it at that, but I will say the investigation cleared. One of the most important things that I will say is the investigators were wonderful because what they do is try to figure out intent. If it was a Ponzi scheme, if it was a multi-million-dollar way to work people out of money, I think we would have been in a different case. They saw some very pure hearts that may not have realized every single protocol and form that should have been filled out. And they were great. And I said to Jamie, if I go to jail for this, I'm going to wear it as a badge of honor. I have never had anything more than a speeding ticket, but I want you to know I love you and I'm going to wear it like as a badge of honor. It was nowhere near that. So maybe I was a little bit more emotional, which Mike accuses me of as I am. But everything cleared. We have learned a lot. So if anything ever happens in the future, we will absolutely be more knowledgeable. The investigators actually have said, just contact us. We'll help you through all of it. You guys are
Yeah.
awesome.
They were very nice. Yeah, they were very
They're
nice and very helpful and said, "We'll show you how to do it the right way in case you ever want to do another one." So, but somebody did file a formal complaint and we have no idea who. They don't give out that information. So, and he just said it's protocol. We have to follow up on every complaint. So, and it's funny because when he started asking me questions, I was like, it's on YouTube, right? You can see the whole drawing. It's not like anything's being hidden. But the important
yeah.
thing was that all the donations went to Jamie and her husband. Every penny went to Jamie and her husband. So,
Yes. And Mike, you're going to manage the chat room right now. So, okay. So for me, it was a very stressful time because the hardest part for me was making sure Jamie, who has been through so much, we focused on her. So we got through that investigation and everything cleared. And so we're back. During the same time, the Carissa Diggin' Gypsy piece, and Diggin' Gypsy, you're in here and you are another special human being. And Forrest had asked us to do a fundraiser. I will say some things got, let's just say, confused in the process. Mike has already put out a video on this, so I'm not going to go into all of the details. I'll just say, pure of heart, Mike and I donated $1,000 to Carissa and her family to rebuild. We didn't mean the maps to even be seen in a bad way. We thought we could be helpful. So I'll just say that has seen through the way that God intended it. And so we are thankful to Forrest for asking us to organize it. It didn't turn out that way, but Forrest, thank you for really thinking of us and knowing how successful we were with Jamie. So that's when we took a step back and all this was happening at once. So we decided just to sit tight for a little bit and not, because there was a couple of other things that I'll go into going on that some of you may or may not know. And then we're going to move on to content and this treasure hunt. So the next piece that happened, and it was all in like the same 10-day period, is there was some kind of emotional or challenging videos about AGK and their offer to me. I will say that I was just dabbling in the idea of starting a channel. I didn't know a lot about it, and Mike will attest, I know how to click. That's about all I need. That's all I know how to do. And so Toby did approach me about if I wanted to come under the AGK umbrella, and he would have to put a lot of help into me and making that brand because I don't know a lot. And Mike has been great in kind of donating that time, but I mean, Toby was building a brand. And so I did decline that. But at the same time, I had another YouTube channel. The flip side made that same offer and wanted me exclusive there. And when I did decline that offer, I just wanted to stand on my own as the Ravens Nest. I didn't care if I had 2 people watching or 2,000 people watching. There were some really harsh responses, and that has been very hard on me because I had someone that I thought was a friend, maybe a month later, say some really hurtful things under a completely different set of scenarios, which I'll talk about in a minute. But this was under the idea that I just wanted to stand on my own, and I don't think anyone should be harsh on me just because I wanted to start the Ravens Nest. Why is this a big deal? So I did. There were some very, very vulgar, harsh, terrible comments by a particular person, and they were banned from my channel, and they went to Mike's channel, and they made some very awful remarks, and they hurt me. And I emailed the person and said, "Can we please talk because we're friends?" That was not reciprocated. And then some very harsh videos, and those were hard to deal with. But you know what? Everybody has their way. I'm sorry that things have gotten so emotional, but I wanted my own channel. If that makes the hate come to me the way that it has, I'm going to own it. So I own it today, and this will be the last time I talk about it because I am not okay with how personal things have gotten. And that's where I will roll into. There also was a couple searchers that really overstepped their bounds with me and my family. I will not name names, which I'm really trying hard not to. Don't overstep again. I will protect my family. I will be the mama bear of my family. and stop, or you are going to feel the wrath of this mama bear. And I haven't even told Mike. I've just told Mike I wanted to make one response. I will tell you, nation, you know who you are, back off. There's some other people that need to also back off, but I will just say, guys, keep this light. This is a treasure hunt. If you think I've cheated or think that is like all a different thing, which I think is silly, but don't come to my house. Don't approach my kids. Stay out of my life. You need to back off. But I took a step back and I said, do I just kind of disappear over a bully or two or three? Or do I say, hey, I want to come back. I just need a couple of minutes, a couple of days, a couple of weeks to decompress. And that's what I needed. So I am not smiling right now. I will smile by the end of this, but I wanted to get it out that everybody says I'm being too nice, you're being too kind, you're being too fluffy, you're being too, here's my line. I'm not too fluffy when it comes to my kids and my life. Stay out of it. Those of you that know a lot about me, you know what's going on, you know what I've been through, and everybody else needs to just kind of understand. So between the investigators and no criminal charges, no financial charges, people in front of my house, people approaching my kids, what are you people doing? Just, oh my God, talk about 7%. It's like 1%. You're insane. So I will take a moment and then say, so let's get to the lighter side, because I've said all I want to say about the really serious.
So I will just say, nobody
Okay.
nobody asked me to go on anybody's channel, so I felt offended. One, no, I'm just kidding. I have no problem with anybody asking you to do anything as long as they ask in a respectful way, like, "Hey, why don't you come over on our channel?" Okay, it's your choice, and you decided to create your own channel, which I think is a good idea. You should create your own channel. That way, you can do the content you want to do, and you make your own decisions.
Yeah.
But as far as people, some people don't know where a line is. They don't understand boundaries, I think. And there's Facebook groups and there's forums, there's websites that are forums, and there's YouTube videos. But you don't get involved in anybody's personal life. I shouldn't even have to say that, right? Everybody's probably like, why would you even say that? Because some people don't understand that. That's why. So, but that's all
Well,
I
and
got to say about it.
I love you, William, to say, like, come on over. We love company. I'm a single woman with small children. Don't come over to my house. Go over to William's house. I'm sure he can. I see with some paintball guns. Those can hurt. Those can leave some bruises. And so, I mean, I'm trying to kind of keep it light. But okay, so let's move on to the more public side of things that were happening. So, Forrest Fenn, does he give hints? Dun, dun, dun. Are we mad at Forrest because 200 footer he was said, and I'm going after Forrest, but I'm going to yell at Kpro, but Kpro said this, Kpro blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let me, does anybody want to hear about this? Do we want to move on to content?
Do they even
Or
care?
do you care?
Forrest
Like
Fenn said what to
WWWH,
who?
Twitter, like if we care, I will set the record straight. But if we don't, we can move on to other things. Creeper creepies, yes, Stig and Gypsy.
Stranger
There's some
danger.
creeper. No, nobody wants to hear anything about that.
So
We're through that.
I'll give my 2 cents, and then you can explain if you
Oh,
want. You can say whatever you want to say. But the way I look at it is, guys, look at it this way. This is just the common sense approach. Forrest Fenn gets 100 emails a day, right? He is going to pick and choose who he responds to in an email. He's going to pick and choose who he invites to his home, and he's going to pick and choose who he wants to talk to. That's his choice. He has that right. But I don't believe Forrest would ever tell anybody anything that would get them closer to the treasure chest. That's my personal belief, because I don't think he wants this thing to be over. He wants it to go 100, 1,000 years. So he may give people information, but Forrest is a little tricky. I think as some people who got really obsessed with the chase, I think he talks to people and they take things the wrong way. Oh, he told me this, so that means this. And no, it doesn't mean that. You're just taking it that way. So Forrest is going to choose who he wants to talk to, but there is no, in my opinion, he's not going to tell anybody anything that gets him closer to finding the chest.
Well, and I did think it was kind of funny. If you guys know the very controversial Ramblin' Pam, she put out about punctuation today, and she had a video at Forrest's home. Are we spewing hate? Are we gonna like get? I mean, come on, guys. So let me give the example that I have right now. The 200 footer. Was there one 200 footer? I was in a room where there was a conversation, and I will say with another searcher, because I don't meet Forrest by myself. There's always another searcher there. And he made a comment, there's one 200-foot searcher. But the problem was There was also a comment on Thor that he had given me that there was more than one 200 footer, and some were on the forums and some were not. So do I put that out and say, oh, there's a big conundrum and let's take Forrest down, like some of the other searchers that want to like call him out and say he said this in front of these people, Kpro, come out. I don't dislike Forrest. I think Forrest sometimes tells a story. I think he's wonderful. If you've ever been in front of him, he tells a story. If you have a problem with Forrest, don't put it on me. Go see Forrest and tell him. And I know some people are like the chase police right now and they say don't email him. Please talk to Forrest, because Forrest has made it clear whether he wants me to email him or not. And I'm sorry that upsets some people, but that's his choice. He's a grown man, and I'm a grown woman. And that doesn't mean there's anything more than just conversations happening, but he has been there for me in certain times of, I mean, I've said that there's challenges that I've had that he's been friends with a lot of us. So that email that a lot of people have been emailed, that had at least a few searchers on. I've been called out, but some of the other searchers started to get it called out, and they're challenged by that. It is hard. But again, I don't think there's anything there. If I did, why do I put things out on Thor? Because I want the whole community to know. That's why I started Thor. I want it to be a safe place for everybody to have fun. That's why I want this to be about, is having fun. So if you think that about me, okay, you think that about me, just leave me alone then. Yeah, I don't think you need to do videos about me or whatever happens here. Just you do you and your way and my way, but I don't think Forrest needs a protector or anybody that's gonna like make sure that he isn't taken advantage of. He is a smart man, and there's been some questions about, is he still okay being 88? He is a smart man, and there I had him sign the certificate, and the certificate, I mean, I got a little bit of time. Shiloh signed the certificate of authenticity with the mats, which we'll talk about in a second. He's a smart guy. He can defend himself, and I know that might be hard for some people that really feel close to him that don't agree with him having maybe communications with people that they don't like. That's not up to you. That's up to Forrest. So again, if you have issues with Forrest, please take it up with Forrest. You don't need to take it up with me. Okay, so where are we at now, Mike? Have we set the record straight?
Yeah.
Is there any questions from the chat room? I don't know.
And the other thing I'll say is I think Forrest Fenn messes with some people. I think he'll tell you something on purpose to see how you'll react or what you'll do with it. And that's his right. You know, his game is a higher level than us that are trying to find the treasure chest. And that's okay. Just, you know, he's not going to tell anybody anything that gets them closer to the chest, in my opinion. You guys saw my opinions video. So remember, all this is just my opinion and Kpro's opinion.
Yeah, so I just want to take, I mean, it's been 5-10 minutes. I just wanted to take a few minutes and just kind of set the record straight on those things, because Tricky asked who, yes, he is. And you know what? He said 85-15. And if you've ever talked to him and you ask him about actual questions about the treasure hunt, he'll like roll his eyes or he'll say contradictory things. And it's like, buyer beware, it's P.T. Barnum.
And what's funny...
Exactly, Eric. He admits that, and he says that. So I'm not sure why I'm not the first. I came in several years into this. I don't know why there is such strong opinions about me, but I knew I never wanted to come out in this chase until the Jamie drawing. I didn't want to, because I know this happens. And I do have to say,
she said that before we ever did it. She said it. This is not going to go well, and she was right.
Right.
But she did it anyway, so...
I did, because I felt really strongly about Jamie and all that. And I do think the women, this is my opinion, the women come out most harshly against other women. Now, there is an exception to that, coming out pretty harshly, but the women are the ones that, and that's a societal thing. And it's just sad. So why don't we, okay, is there any, okay, we're going to move to maps and coins and lots of things you guys have been asking about, but I wanted to this is the last time I'm going to talk about it. So if there's any questions you have, put them right now in the chat, because I'll answer them now, or forever hold your peace. And then we're moving on up.
Somebody asked about the warm waters thing, so I don't know if you want to address it or not. And I don't
Oh
even know if
no.
you were involved in that. I don't even remember what the deal
Yeah,
was with
no,
that.
that there was a comment that was made, generally speaking, because I have gone down every rabbit hole in the world. And for those of you that have been around Forrest and me, because again, I'm always around another searcher, he's a little bit condescending and those sorts of things. And I'll say, "Where does warm water halt?" And he's like, "Have you read my poem?" And I'm like, "Yes, it says warm waters." And he's like, "Warm waters, okay." And I'm like, "What's warm?" And he's like, "Have you touched it? Have you put your toe in it? What does that mean to you?" And we kind of banter like that. I know one searcher said they were very uncomfortable with kind of us going bantering back and forth. That's all it was. Did he say, like somebody said, you absolutely said that he said geothermal. That word has never come out of his mouth. This was the game telephone. That no, it just didn't happen. And so he said warm waters. I'm not sure if you've seen Forrest Fenn's poem, but warm waters is right there, my friend. So he didn't say anything that was worth anything, but some want to make it like it was more. And there's secret. I was boots on the ground 2 weeks ago. I wish I got a super secret in and like grabbed it and was running home with it. It just didn't happen. And so, yeah. So did he say focus on the poem? Yes. Has he said that
He
to
said
you
that for the
all?
last 5 years, 10 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just fun, and he meets with lots of people. And I know there's one of the nomads that just put up their video where they were at Forrest's house, and they got the same thing.
Nomads.
They've deleted some, and they didn't delete others. A set of searchers and a very pretty girl or woman, and she put up, and they're like, "Oh, it's women again. This is not okay." Forrest is allowed to see who he wants. It's okay,
He's going to
and
make
they
his
saw.
decision.
I mean, Sean Dotson, Mike Cowlings, Decal Thomas. Those are a few of the people. Covert One, you're in the room. There's more than just a couple of women meeting with him. There's lots of different people
Right.
that are with it. Jason Den and I mean,
He let me
there's
sell the coin. There's certain people that
yeah.
hated that because I never had a boots on the ground. I'm not a real searcher. Blah blah blah. Forrest chooses to do what he wants to do. You don't have to like it, but don't complain to me about it. I mean, complain
Yeah.
to him or complain to somebody else that wants to hear it because I don't. But
Okay, so that's everything, right? Or we're all through this? We're all through this
I think so.
nonsense?
But Forrest said
Okay.
something to me, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Is when we were there, he said, "My shadow is not cast by a fool." And to me, that's awesome. And that what he means, what I took that as, in my opinion, is he's not going to give up something on accident. His shadow is not cast by a fool. He put that poem out there for us all to find the treasure, and that's the only way we're going to find the treasure. Now, if you mess with him, he's going to mess back. If you ask for something, he's going to tell you, and it's not going to
Yeah.
be what you think it is. It's not going to help you, in my opinion.
Oh, Covert One, don't you worry, we got that taken care of. And Michael, oh, I like your idea,
Yeah,
Michael.
that's
So,
awesome.
and William, you are pretty. William, you are. Okay, so we're now at the point of okay, we put this to bed. It's not. There's no there. The chest has not been found by someone who got a super secret hint. His legacy is not going to allow that. This is just fun. But let's talk about some maps. Anybody want a map? I mean, I'm loving those maps. So the first thing that I was asked is they'd heard from a searcher who put out a video that they had seen the maps and all the maps were eaten up and worn and damaged. And was it true? I will tell you, both of us have seen the maps now, so I'll tell you my perspective. I have been told, and I haven't confirmed this by Shiloh, that there was actually 800, and I think he said 856 maps. He said it a little lower because there were a couple that were damaged. And so I would say we have at least 750 pure maps. There are some that have some water damage or eaten out of the corners. I will say about 18 of the drawers were New Mexico. There was one drawer of Colorado and one drawer of Utah. And so Covert One wants the one with the X on it. I did not get enough time with them. So this is what happened. Cynthia and I went to pick them up. We did a letter of authenticity, and I will say, as Shiloh was like, "What?" Because I wanted him to sign it as well. So Shiloh attested to he sold them. Forrest signed that he did. owned them previously, so there will be a copy of a letter of authenticity at this point. So right now, what we're planning on doing is first taking an accounting of everything. If there's a particular map that you want, you can email Mike. Let me make sure you heard that. Email Mike.
Cowlasers@gmail.com.
Don't email me. I just forward it to Mike. That's his side of the shop. And then we haven't decided. We were thinking about maybe making one set of like all the New Mexico maps. We just need to do an accounting first. But they are going to go. While. I don't know if it'll be YouTube or Mike's channel or Mike's website, my website, something. We'll get the information out there.
They might go on eBay. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we just don't know. I will say many have put in their thoughts about whether they were a good investment. And I have two things to say because I'm a little feisty tonight. One, I get to do with my money as I want. So if I pay 20 grand for them, if I want to, hey, I'm free and I get to do that. But here's the cool part. If you actually do some basic mathematics and you say, let's say 100 searchers are willing to pay $100, and then you have I have a map distributor that has said, I'll take all the extra ones just at face value. We think, I'm guessing, and Mike, you can correct me, I think it's between 8 and 10 grand is where we'll be at the end of the day. When you made a $3,000 or $3,300 investment, I don't think that's a bad return on investment, but if you do, you don't have to bid on them. And if you had an issue that they were put out there, please talk to Shiloh and Forrest. If this was a random bookseller or a map seller, I don't think there would be an issue. But some people said that they were demanding that I put them free to the community. That is not what I choose to do with my money. I do make donations every year as a part of my situation, and I get to decide where that goes. And that's not to a demanding searcher that says put them out or else. It's legal what I did. We bought something on eBay. There's nothing illegal about it. So turn it into God and country. There's nothing illegal about what we did. So, Mike?
Well, there was talks about burning a map, and I don't understand that, but it may happen. That's your call, Christy.
Well, I thought, and actually, Mike is right most of the time. And I will just say that right out loud because it's important to say when Mike and I disagree, I go to the community. So I went up on his face. First, I said it in chat. I thought we could burn a map. Forrest did this once upon a time, right? And it was
the blaze in the book. Yeah, when they burned the map when they were on the Lewis and Clark Trail or in the book. So that would kind of be interesting. Yeah.
So let's burn a map. We burn the bad mojo. There's like some bad mojo going on. We burn one map. Let's make it Utah, or
like
let's make
cleansing.
Yes. And but I said there needed to be 50 people to say yes. And one of the forums was like, you're psychologically disturbed. Yeah, maybe, but
it's just a fun thing. Not all of them, just one. You know,
it was just fun. It was funny. But see, Covert 1, he's like playing. So it's like
we have to figure that out if we do that, but we'll see.
So anyway, that's and there was some guy that offered you $50, Mike, and you didn't.
Oh wait, are you saying no? I didn't realize the super chat was to burn a map. Is that what you're saying, Sledneck? Well, then that person emailed me. I had no idea. Because when I was making the video, it was just me. I wasn't looking in the chat room. So that person needs to email me then, if that's the case.
That's awesome. So anyway, it was just a funny little thing. And I tend to do that. Mike's doing me more and more now. I'll email him like, let's go live tonight. And he's like, where did that come from? Let's burn a map. Where did that come from? That's what I do. That's a part of me. Again, if you don't like me,
you don't have to watch the videos, guys.
Unclick
right.
Go watch.
Nobody's forcing you to watch anything, guys.
Isn't Dancing with the Stars on or something?
The football game, but it's pretty much over. So
I was going to say, don't you look at that football game. This is more important. So just know that is Jonesy in here? Did Jonesy enter the room? Oh, hi, Jonesy.
Somewhere, yeah.
Somewhere. I just see that Dig and Gypsy saying hi to Jonesy. So, yay, hi.
But we'll get the info out on the map. So I've got to do an inventory first because I can't sell something I don't know what I have, So once I get that going, you guys we'll show the map, in the YouTube video. You'll see what it is. Nobody's going to buy something and not see how it looks like and what condition it's in and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, but that super secret X's that Forrest gave to give away.
right.
Mike, have you seen those yet?
I haven't gone through them yet, so no, I have not.
Copper Dan's going to burn his own map. That's awesome. And Copper Dan, if you buy them, this is shocking. you are allowed to.
Yeah, guess what? Guess what? You can buy it from us and put it on eBay. You can resell it when you buy it from us. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm not going to be mad at you. Trust me.
I'm sorry. I'm totally being ornery tonight. I'm sorry. Investigation cleared. People have gone away from my home. I'm feeling good tonight. Okay. So anyway, so let's go into the coins. This is
The
we
silver
talked about
coins. Yep.
the silver coins. So we talked about the silver coins. People are like, God, I wish I had at least one nap right now, Mike, because I would burn, baby, burn. Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
So we talked about this guy. We talked about Cynthia and AGK, and there's a couple others that had come back together that were no more. These are not chocolate covert ones.
There's an
And
idea.
what we're going to do with them. We are still, there's a couple different plans. Some things had evolved. AGK is not searching now, so they're not going to make that. So this one is just going to sit tight for a hot minute while we focus on the maps. Maps will be our priority just for right now, but we have them. They're still here. Just give us a little bit of time, but by the beginning of the search season, what are you reading, Mike?
Alan says he would burn decoy before he'd burn one of the maps. What?
Oh, that hurts.
Not decoy.
Even though we're not together, I still have a special. Don't burn decoy.
He's still trying to get back to you, I think.
I don't know about that. Okay, so know that the silver coins, a lot of people are asking, can you buy them at this point? No, we're holding true to what we said, but you never know how we see how things evolve. One of the cool things, I will tell you a couple of things that I know about out in the community, because I do believe in capitalism and I do believe it's okay that you sell items and it's okay. I bought a boots on the ground backpack, the Army issued backpack with the survival kit from Jason Dent. It is awesome. If you do have a chance, it was $199, a little expensive, but totally worth it because it's Army grade. It's really sturdy. It's big. It'll hold a treasure chest. So that was awesome. If you haven't gone up on eBay, I think it was today that Copper Dan has put out a 3-piece set up on eBay.
Number 001, by the way.
001. So that is awesome as
Dan,
well.
is there a bid on that yet? I thought it was up for $250, but I didn't see if there was a bid or not. Has anybody bid on it? If
Copper
you can
Dan,
say
are you
he's
still
there.
in the
Yeah, he's there.
room?
He mentioned it. He's like, it's for sale on eBay. He'll let us know.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll let us know.
So let us know if that. So that's another one that is out there. I don't know. There was a random coin that was put out there. Some people asked me, are we going to start these back up? I've started a question on Thor of some of these. Mike has like awesome ideas, so I'm sure I still have. Some people have asked, how many do I have? I still have all of them. Sean Malloy and the other person that Toby has donated to, you are the two people I owe one to. I'll try to get out this week before the holidays. Let's see. Digging Gypsy.
Real rabbit holes. That's a good idea. Journeyman. That's funny.
My traveling chair Forest signed. Baby needs diapers. And Digging Gypsy, you are allowed, no matter how much heat you get. And someone may buy it. That's called capitalism. Well, Mike is awesome. Yes.
No, thank you. So let me ask you this about the silver coins. And we haven't talked about this, so I'm putting you on the spot, Christy. So Kalazar's Grand Adventure. I'm going to do a series of puzzles for people that can't go boots on the ground. They can win one of the silver coins, an armchair treasure hunt on your computer. Do I have to wait for the spring to do that, or can I do that before the other ones start because it's virtual? What do you think about that, Christy?
See, you're asking me like I want to be like the person that decides. What is the chat room thing? I am thinking we're kind of bored this off season. Mike,
that's
it's
true.
On a grand adventure.
Could be
what do you
something
guys think?
for people
do you
to
guys
do.
Want a grand adventure right now, or do you want to wait until? So Mike does these, and I'm sorry to say I don't know a lot
you
about
have no
them.
idea what they are.
They're armchair treasure hunts that people will be able to solve out of their own home, because there's some people that can't travel. They're either disabled, they don't have the funds, they are older, they can't get out. And he does these that are great. And he said, can I have a couple of the silver ones to give for those people, and he'll do the grand
There
adventure
might
for.
be more than one, everybody, so we'll see.
There may be more than one. So I
Okay.
think yes, but if anybody has an issue, put it in the chat and say. But I think it'd be fun because the off season.
It gives people something to do. That's true.
It's awful. It's awful. Let's get out there. I was boots on the ground. I said this last night 2 weeks ago, and it was just starting to turn, and it's just starting to get like, okay, this is the last one because it's New Mexico, and now. Now what do we do? So we have a few months, and we still have a little bit of maybe surprises. Some people have been so negative. Maybe some of those surprises have gone away. We're going to still try to make some other things happen that we bring the community. We'll see how all that works out. But I say yes. So if anybody says no, speak up now. But
Well,
Mike, make some things
the other
happen,
thing
Mike.
is you don't have to participate. You just and it's not going to be easy. That's the other thing. I'm not going to make some easy puzzle and it's a race. So the first person to email me wins. I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult, and you'll see what it is. They'll be through YouTube videos. So if you guys, I will make a video when we start, and so you guys can go to Cow Laser's YouTube channel and subscribe, and it's still going to take me a while because this isn't just going to be one puzzle. It's going to be a series. For those of you that did the other grand adventure, you have an idea of how it works, and I also talk about it on the Raven's Nest as well. Well, but that's the question. What's too hard to you might not be too hard to me, might not be too hard to somebody in the chat. So I got to kind of find a fine line on how to do it. But I'll start working on that. So now that I got the okay, I'll start setting that up.
I don't know if you did.
Maybe by the end of the year, maybe.
The chat room. And Jason, no, this is my headset. My son has one, and Mike does this gaming stuff. And so I've had this headset a while, but I'm hoping he teaches me how to like game and stuff. I don't know if that's how you do it. But he's into the video game, so I think he needs to teach me. Don't you think? And there's a gamer that, and his wife searches with him. I need to learn how to video game because I have a 9-year-old son. I'm a single mom. I need to know how to video game. And I know like the Nintendo one that's more like this, not the...
Depends if you're on PC or a gaming console. There's a big difference. I do everything on PC. I have an Xbox, but it's for the boys. So.
Okay.
And thank you to Jeff who sent us an Xbox Connect.
Cool. So Jason, no, this is my very own, but I am now all set up. I just need someone to teach me how to video game, and I don't even know what all that means. But okay,
puzzle craft.
There was a question about the status. This is ridiculous that the questions even come up, but I am going to set the record straight. This is about tonight. Who is my search partner at this time? Have we seen Follow Me Down in here? Follow Me Down has a search partner at this point, and it is not me. So Follow Me Down, if you are in there, we had a great experience. He gave me a search location. I checked out a couple things. I boots on the ground a couple times. He is still focusing on his spot. I think it should be scrapped. I totally respect his decision. He has gotten another search partner in his area, and I am moving on. Follow Me Down. Were your ears burning? And so total mad respect. I'm totally giving him, we're going to razz each other and still have a good time. But I will say, I have moved on. I have taken on a search partner, and I'm not really ready to say that piece yet and developing a solve at this time. So I will say for some of you that have asked, am I heading north? I might just be heading north, and there might be people that need to go boots on the ground that might be heading north as well.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know what that means. Copper Dan, nice Pee Wee reference. That's funny.
Okay, so okay, so after that, let's see. We've talked about maps and all the secret X's and exactly where the treasure chest is. We have talked about coins and what we're doing there. Off season, what are we doing, Mike, other than that?
What are we doing? So more content where I think we're going to crack open the Thrill of the Chase maybe and go over some things. I'd still like to go over I'd still like to make a video as far as that message that's in the poem. I'm torn on that. And I don't even know if you really know about the message. I'm sure you've heard of it, but do you know how to get that message that's in the
Is that the
poem?
whole wheel thing that
Try
you've
the
done?
wheel, yes, yeah.
Okay, we're
It's to
gonna
me, I
wait,
can't
what?
let it go. So I would like to do a live one, and then people could kind of vote in the chat and say thumbs up, thumbs down type thing if they think it's. I mean, the message is in the poem. The question is it coincidental or was it intentional? So that could be
Okay.
a future video.
Okay, and then Covert One has asked if there's any events planned. I will say they have not firmed up, but I will say, especially with what we've learned with the official rules and procedures of the New Mexico Gaming Board, we will probably not do a poker tournament in New Mexico. But Vegas. I don't know if you know anybody in Vegas, but we might
Right.
just do one in Vegas
Because it's
and
legal and it's easy to do here in the casino. So yeah. So what about a Las Vegas Fenbury poker tournament? Would anybody be interested in that? The question is, would people come out here to do that to Las Vegas? So
Well, and if there were some special items that were in that
in the
tournament,
poker
I'm
tournament, yeah.
hypothetically speaking.
And if you don't know how to play poker, it's okay. We could do a little class beforehand, and we'll get and then the dealers are very helpful, so they would help you through it. So don't feel left out if you've never played poker before.
Yeah, so I think we've gotten a lot of interest. I think we're I love Cohort One. He's the best. And so know that is we don't know if it'll pan out, but just know it's in work. And we'll let everyone know.
Yeah, everybody will know way ahead of time because we know you have to make plans in order to come out here and all that fun stuff.
So like an all-in Texas Hold'em. I mean,
that's right.
People are asking
Boomer Girl will have a bounty on her head because she won the first one. Covert One is definitely playing and going to go after her, I think. But yeah, it could be a lot of fun.
Be nice to Boomer Girl. She was awesome. She took all you boys. Girls rule, boys rule. It was awesome.
She did.
And if you have ideas, and I want to take it from this room as well, if you have ideas, there are still, Copper Dan hates it when I do this because I don't think I can get here. I won't get them all in a hand, but we have some copper. Hey, Mike, how many do you have?
I do not have that many. I'll tell you that. Where are they? Mine are over there somewhere.
I want these to go out to the search community. So we did the 150 chat, and that was Sean Malloy's. I owe you one of these. But let's come up with some different ideas, especially in the off season. So if you have some ideas, either for Thor, like maybe it's a picture or something, or maybe it's for the chat room here. That's what I mean. We could give one away every week until the season begins again, and that could be fun in itself.
Those could be surprises in the poker tournament. How about the first person that goes out gets a coin? That would be interesting too.
That's the biggest loot.
Well, you're the first person. Right? No? Oh, okay. I thought it'd be a nice little thing for the first person that goes out. But
the first person that goes out is last, right?
But also, people have to understand you do have to pay to play in the tournament because this would be run in the casino. So don't think it's free. Yes. It's not going to be a free tournament. You do have to pay. And those payouts would be paid out. The casino would handle all that, just like they do every day out here in Vegas. But we would add other prizes in addition to.
And it wouldn't necessarily winners take all. It could be like top pot is 300. There's certain amounts.
Well, they figure that out. There's a set way they have to do it through the gaming commission. It's not like we choose. We don't have a choice. But what we could do is add these other prizes in addition to. First place gets whatever. Second place gets whatever. We could pay, however many different prizes we have. So it's just an idea at this point. Sometime before spring, are we thinking? Before the search season starts?
I think it'd be fun in spring, like right around that World Series of Poker buy-in time.
Well, that's May and June. Things are too crazy then. We would have to do it maybe February, maybe March. I don't know, something like that.
We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
We'll work it out and see if something can come up. And if it doesn't, that's okay. But I think it would be super fun. And again, for those of you, and I will do a shout out to Mike, for those of you that were there for the first annual, Mike was so patient. And that's exactly how they are at some of the certain casinos that we would say, let's be super patient. We won't be critical if somebody, like if you touch your chips and move them out, you can't move back if you want to. We would just make sure it was a little bit.
You got to remember, it's the dealers that run that. They're going to run the tournament like they have to. It's poker rules. I don't think we have a say. But again, it's impartial because it's dealers running it. It's not us.
Some of those dealers really like me, Mike.
Oh, they do, huh?
Yeah, they do.
So we had a question. Are we able to set the buy-in? I don't know. We'd have to ask the poker room. Again, that's up to the poker room. What they would be doing is running a tournament like they always do, but I think they would only let in our people that want to play it. type thing.
Yeah.
But again,
Well,
we'd
they
have to
said
work
that
all
they would
that out.
open
I
it
don't
up
know.
for a certain period and they could shorten the period and all that. So I think like our buy-in was $20, and you have an average casino on an average night in Vegas, it's like $40. So it won't be anything that's too big. Oh, Mike's house. Hey, we're gonna have one at Mike's house. That could be
That
fun.
would work for 2 people at this table right here. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping we'd get like 30, 40, 50 people, but I don't know. We'd have to publish the dates and publish the buy-in and then see how many people would
Well,
reserve.
and let's be honest, Mike's excuse, the reason why I lasted longer in that tournament than him was because he was dealing. Not that there's been any other tournaments that maybe I lasted long. No, Mike. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I had to deal that. Plus, I was drunk on that tournament, so that's my excuse for that one.
Mike drinks one and he's like out. It's awesome.
You guys saw the Blue Corn video. No,
Yeah.
I don't think Forrest Fenn would come out to Vegas. I could ask him, but I don't think he'd make the trip.
Well, Shiloh, we might be able to.
That'd
It
be
depends on he was a betting kind of guy. So yeah, Forrest would just go all in. I've done that first round in a 3-day tournament. My mom was playing with me and she made it to the final table. It was a long 3 days. Don't do it. Don't go all in first round, even if it feels really right to do it. Bad beats.
That's good, Jonesy. There will be nothing to complain about. And again, you don't have to participate.
Yes.
So somebody said we need to let them know by December 31st. In other words, we need to let them know the date so they can make plans. So maybe we'll try and do that by December 31st.
We'll
see. Yeah, we're trying.
We'll try to make all this happen. You work, Mike. I work. We will try. But yes.
Well, I'm out here, so I can go actually talk to them in person and get the straightened out. So I would have the info. But yeah.
Well, and the cool part is, if you've seen any of the flights around this country, Vegas has a lot of direct flights because of all their gaming and stuff. So
if you want to get to Vegas, you can definitely get here. Maybe some people, and there's about 10 searchers that live in Vegas, and hopefully they would all play. So, and not all of them are on YouTube videos in the forum, but I know who they are. They're out here, so maybe they would all show up and play.
Well, so for the Jamie event, there were I'd say about 100 to 150 people between the different events and the big Jamie drawing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went around to 18 people and because Mike said do not go over 20. I can't deal more than 20. And 16 of the 18 came, and I had several people say, why didn't you ask me? I saw that later. And I couldn't remember if it was 18 or 20 because things were a little fuzzy to me too.
Right.
And so that was the only reason. I think if there's 10 in Vegas and then there's a whole bunch of people that would like to be
we could get 50. That's 5 tables. That'd be great.
Yeah, so I think it would be. I think we could take over the whole poker room. So,
and think that they're paying the money out too. So first place could be $1,000 or something. That'd be funny. That'd be fun.
Actually, I think it could be more like things like this.
Oh yeah, in addition to exactly. Yeah.
So I think it could be. I think it could be fun. We will. Oh, they're already planning dates.
There you go.
Are you talking about me, Digging Gypsy? Hopefully you're talking about me. I'm the biggest girl. You can
Bard
get me
from Vegas. A nice ball.
I love, I will say, even though I do play craps and I do slots are not my thing, the poker room they're my best friends. I love them. I love the dealers. I love the waitresses. I love the pit boss that comes over and says hi. It's my favorite place to be. So I'm glad I don't live in Vegas or I would have too much fun there. Okay, so we have talked about issues from the past. We have talked about coins. We have talked about maps. And contests coming up. Again, if you have ideas, also email me. A lot of people have asked me, will you send me one? Will you sell me or give me one? That's the only thing I won't do. But come up with a really cool contest that you would win. Like maybe you have a good boots on the ground picture. Maybe you have a cool search story. Make it a search story contest. I don't care. Mike, are you a downtown man or the strip?
Both. I've been to both. We just have more options on the strip. That's all. Then downtown, it's the Golden Nugget and Binion's. I mean, those are the only 2 poker rooms left downtown. And Binion's is not that big. So I think we would probably have to do it on the strip. Maybe. I'll find out.
Don't they have like a zip line or something that all the searchers could just start?
There's a new zip line now. There's a zip line over the strip from Caesars to the high roller wheel. Just opened, or it might open next week. So yeah, definitely. We could definitely go to the top of the stratosphere. We could do all kinds of stuff once the group's out here. We could do a lot of stuff.
Well, and I think that would be the important point too. Is I would solicit, and since she's not in the room, I'm going to say Cynthia's in, unless she says right now she's not.
She's not in the room.
And we would do some of the other things. I hadn't been to a Fenbury, but maybe some trivia. Maybe we'll get a room or a something and do some Fenbury trivia and have some other coins or
that'd be fun.
some whatever. That could be super fun to do all that. So I think that could be, I just think that we have at least 20, 30, 40 people that would want to do it. I think, especially if we were able to get a couple of other items, which I haven't approached Forrest on it yet, but hopefully if there's enough positive people that would want something like this and think it's fun, hopefully he'd be up for it, because he's always up for fun. He's just, and this is his legacy. This is about searchers coming together and having a great time. So,
and I would hope this would be an annual thing if we do it.
Yeah.
Right. So, we're thinking long term, not just one time.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was, we're at about 36 minutes right now, but I will ask the chat room right now, is there anything that you would like to see as we are building content for the off season? I will tell you the one that William brings up every time that I think is one of the most important things, is how is it, I won't say buried, how is it hidden, is one that I think is super important. And the other one is the contents of the chest. I have some reason to believe that I believe that there is some sort of hint in if we knew all the contents of the chest and what that looks like. So those are two topics that I would like to see, but what else do you want to see? They're all talking about Vegas.
Right. That's going to be the, yeah. Now we're actually going to have to put it together here real quick.
What's wrong with that, Mike? You live there.
I will. I'll go find out the details and find out the different options, and yeah, we'll do it.
Oh, Copper Dan, you're so making it, because I'm just going to throw some extra coins in, and I know that's where you get fixed. I know you'll be in.
Make sure you check Thor, because the information will be posted there, because we kind of want people's feedback. If this was the buy-in and these were the dates, who would go, you know.
And maybe by that time you would have a new copper piece that you would bring as one of the prizes. Copper Dan, maybe.
Oh, yes. One of his pieces is a prize. See, this thing's going to get huge like the raffle was, isn't it? That could be fun, though. Yeah.
Yes, Thor. Okay, I'm drinking my tea, water, whatever this is. Okay.
Let's talk about the chest. Yeah, okay. We will.
Yeah, so if there is any, so if there's any topics that you want to see, we're planning to do an every Monday night. We're getting back in the saddle. Maybe not Christmas week. I don't know. We'll see. But if there is something that you want to see or hear, we're up for. We're going to go. I kind of like to put it that we're going to go a little bit of AGK style with content, a little bit of flip side with non-PC, kind of in between content and non-content. Fun. So we'll talk about all these things that are happening in contests, but we really want to ground it with fun. And if you want to be on a panel, some people were asking, are the panels going to be back open? Yes, they sure are. We'll try to do a ladies panel. We were going to do that once a month. But if there's other topics that you want to see, fabulous. And remember, you have two here. Like you have Mike, who hasn't been boots on the ground. You have me that has, everybody says I'm a serial jumper. I've had 3 spots in 4 years. If you call that a serial jumper, okay.
That's good.
And I've
that's not bad at all.
Let's see, I've had one search partner early on. I went boots on the ground alone for 2 years. I had one other search partner that I went actually alone. I never boots on the ground together. And I am planning, I have 2 search partners for the next year, and I'm planning on going both boots on the ground with both of them next year.
Boots on the ground video is what everybody wants to see, so who knows? It's an option. If you ever go do it, then take some video.
See, I have a video, and I don't know if I'll ever be convinced to share. I have a video for my first boots on the ground, and I think some people may know this. I don't know. I'm going to put it out there, and Mike, shut me up if I shouldn't. My story is I emailed Forrest when I was going to go boots on the ground because I was 75 pounds heavier than I am right now. And I was like, I made it a mile. I barely made it. I was not in good physical condition. And he's like, go, you can do it. And I know that's controversial in itself, so I'll stay away from that. But I have video from that, and that's not a video I want to share. There's a great video if you want to see a boots on the ground of Cynthia and I, the mud puddle in the world. I giggled my butt off because hardcore Cynthia, she's afraid of mud puddles.
I never did put it on the Raven's Nest, but I could upload it if you want me to.
Please upload
Yeah.
it. It was so fun. And and some people asked me if I was drinking. I was not drinking. I truly got the giggles from hardcore Cynthia. She's so serious. She's been on so many boots on the ground, and she was so worried about getting stuck because she had been stuck that what I considered a very small mud puddle, she was really concerned, and she cut out a lot of the things that wouldn't have been rated at the level that we could produce.
We needed the raw, unedited video is what we needed.
Yes. And I got in the moon roof and I did the video, and then I fell over because it was a little bit more I don't know, a little bit rougher than I thought it was going to be. So it was fun. So Mike, what did you just say?
Somebody said, have you picked a state yet? So I'm assuming they mean the boots on the ground. So I'll buy Yellowstone. Like I said, I made a video about Simplify, and it makes sense. When he was a kid, he found a location. That's why he thinks it's his and his alone. Either him, maybe him and Skippy, but that's where I think it is now. Because I was stuck in New Mexico for so long, and I'm glad I never did the boots on the ground because it's not in New Mexico, I don't think, anymore.
Okay, trying to go the controversial route. Okay. Paul, that is not Leroy. That is Decoy, Leroy's twin single brother that is behind Mike.
What if somebody wanted to buy Decoy? What do you think of that? Not that anybody would, but you never know.
It's really funny because at the time, that was, yes, go for one, I know. That was actually, we were going to rotate that around Decoy around the community, and it's kind of, it
still can. If you make YouTube videos and you want Decoy to be in your video, let me know.
No.
Decoy ends up on eBay. Watch.
Decoy left me. He's not coming back. And so cut his mullet off. No. Leave Decoy alone.
He's already got Band-Aids.
We have, and those Band-Aids cannot come off.
From when
Once
he was
you put
kidnapped,
Band-Aids on vinyl, the vinyl does not allow it to come off. So he's going to have that scar forever.
I will say this: when Sasha kidnapped Decoy, that was very good. That was very funny. So
that was well,
Sasha and Jason. That was awesome that you kidnapped
Jason
Decoy.
came behind us, so we turned, and then Decoy was gone. So they were a tag team. That was pretty impressive. So,
yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. So if you have ideas, I can tell you the buried versus hidden, and then the contents of the chest are two topics that I think we are able to talk to. But if you have others, that will be what to focus on. We may go off of AGK because they did a little bit of that. And so I know Jason Eunice is doing some videos. So this was just a way to come out and say, hey, we're back. Monday we will be back. So Leroy needs a girlfriend. No, that's Decoy Janet, and he left me. He disappeared out of nowhere, and I need a boyfriend. Come on. No, I kid. So Band-Aids are old girlfriends. Oh, but I did not do that to him. I did not.
Contest for a coin. For one of your Forest Fence Searcher coins, what would Decoy's girlfriend's name be? That's a good contest, I think. People send in your entries. I'll give you a coin. Whoever, well, me and Kpro will judge. What would Decoy's girlfriend's name be? I think that's pretty funny. But you got to send it to Kpro or me.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe we'll throw a few out and see which ones. Because usually what we do on Thor is we put all of them out there, and then they give us like the top 2 or 3, and then we decide from there. So Mike is just on it tonight.
She-Coy, that's pretty good. Follow me down. She-Coy. That's pretty good.
You already have a coin.
My ex-wife.
Okay, so who's Decoy? Heather Dawn, right behind Mike's head. If you have seen Leroy, that happens to be Leroy, but Leroy was a little uncomfortable being my boyfriend because he used to be back here because Leroy is actually married. So we made Decoy. You
That's
can see
Decoy.
From that, that's Decoy, and that is Leroy's unmarried, because we don't commit adultery here, the unmarried brother of Decoy. But Decoy left me. He was up here for a little bit. He got kidnapped at Jamie's event. And now he's living the single life with I think he's going to poker tournaments and bars in the Strip and whatever else you do in Vegas, Mike. I don't.
Has Leroy ever made a video wondering where his brother is? I don't know.
I don't think he has, but I think he just wants to stay clean. He got right in the middle of the drama, and he didn't even know he was going to be doing that. So, Cash me outside is his girlfriend. It's
Cash me outside. That's
okay.
funny.
So
See, that's a
I
good
would just,
contest, I think. Email your answers
okay.
in.
Yeah. Make sure to email
I
me because
didn't. I didn't say which coin you would get. No, I did. I guess I did say. No, I was going to say it could be a quarter, but I did say Forest Fence Searcher coin. So all right. I guess I'm
Yeah,
stuck
and
to it now.
I think you said it's one of yours, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, it might have to be. That's true.
No, I'm fine with one of the
Debbie
ones that
does
we
tell
saw.
us. Do a trade in.
Okay, be clear.
Okay.
So other questions, thoughts? I mean, I can try to go through all of the chat, but I would rather not. Any questions? Anything that's happening in? I think this is literally going to be the last night that I talk about any of the past stuff because we are
Yeah, it's
only
over.
focusing on the fun
It's
and the
over. We're all going to move
future
on.
and yeah. So do you want to talk about Mr. Finn and?
So we will need a name if we do have a Fenbury poker tournament. So what would the name be? We need a name because it's not Fenbury, it's Vegas style Fenbury. So we would need a name
like
for
the
that.
function at the junction. We need one for Vegas. What goes to Vegas? Oh, there could be.
What
Don't
happens
be too naughty. I think that could be a contest too. Don't you think?
yeah, it could be a contest. What should the name be? Because it's going to be an annual thing. I would hope everybody's interested. So what could that name be?
World Series of Fen.
Oh, that's pretty good. WSOF. That's pretty good.
But I think the last time Jonesy won a contest, the whole world exploded. I'm sorry to reference
I didn't know
that.
about
Jonesy,
that
I
one.
love it. I know because that was back when you were Switzerland, Mike. You didn't watch all of it. Big figure contest.
Did we
Jonesy
see the
won
heart
it,
paintings?
killed
What are
it.
the heart paintings? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's Mike, you've got
What's
to
the
get
heart
on
paintings?
YouTube. He has heart paintings that he's an artist, and you
Oh.
didn't go live with him this week. So okay, I just want to be clear. Mike is really good at the whole variety. Look at all those books behind him. He's a treasure hunter. I am a Forrest Fenn fanatic, and shout out to whoever the fanatic is. I watch RF Hecky. I watch Davio. I watch Rodney. I mean, all those people. Davio, I saw them. They were wonderful. I saw you down on your Main Street, RF Hecky, with your books. I will clue in Mike when he needs to.
I don't watch a lot of the videos, people. I'm busy.
I watch all of them.
I'm doing stuff.
I love all Fenn videos. And Arrowhead Junction, you put one out, you're doing the whole poem. I might just rival you on a poem. I don't know yet. But National Lampoon's Fenbury. I like that. I hope Mike is still Switzerland.
That's
Mike,
right.
Do you want to comment to that? Are you still Switzerland?
I think it was more in the dark than Switzerland. I didn't know about a lot of the drama and stuff that was going on, to tell you the truth. So now there's been a flashlight. I guess there's a flashlight, but yeah, I'm still Switzerland. I don't have a problem with anybody. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. And hey, put it out there. Just don't call people names. That's all I think is fair. Don't call anybody a name. That's all.
Yeah. So let's have a fun off season. This is like I saw a couple of them that I really like. Sweatdeck, you're funny. And so let's so let's have fun in the off season. But I do want to focus on some content, and I think that's what Jason Eunice is going to do. And the other tubers are doing a great job with it. I will say that. I am not as interested in focusing on maybe TTOTC, but a couple of the other books, I don't think I will spend an entire show on. I'm just not as focused on, maybe even not TTOTC. Maybe this is where Follow Me Down is rubbed off on me.
The One Omega and the revised Once Upon a While.
Yeah. You know what? I would welcome D-Call coming on, and D-Call could probably do an entire show just on that topic.
That's an invite, D-Call. Come on the show.
Oh my gosh, D-Call. I know you can't do Monday night, so maybe a Thursday night. Why don't you come on and do a show about the single Omega?
And who posted the? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
who posted their theory on the Omegas in all the Facebook groups? Was that Alan Kelly? Are you in the? Somebody posted a very good theory that I thought was interesting, that 2 Omegas are in the Thrill of the Chase because he said there's 2 hints. Too Far to Walk has 2 Omegas because he says there's an unintended clue and a hint. Once Upon a While doesn't have any Omegas because there were no hints. The revised version has 1 Omega because there's 1 hint. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then there's a scrapbook out there that has 2 Omegas. So he thought there's 2 hints in that scrapbook. So I thought it was an interesting theory. That's all.
Well, and here's something else that Mike probably already knew, but I'm learning now. So when Mike and I teamed up for that Kpro cow powwow right there, I started getting on Facebook. I actually started a Facebook, which was very exciting for me. So it is only about Fen and all that. So I went to Fen Galore and Fen, and of course Calazar is the most popular and most exciting of all the
Calazar's Grand
channels.
Adventure.
Calazar's Grand Adventure. And I will say, I was surprised to see the different social groups. The
Mhm.
ones that are on the forums are pretty much not on Facebook, and the ones that are on YouTube are kind of the in betweens. Like I see Paul Ammons here. I don't see him as much on the forums, but he is super active and has such good posts and
I got that
content on
wrong then.
Facebook,
Okay.
which I'm really, it's like opened me up to a whole new set of friends. And for those of you that don't know, and you're going to laugh at me, and this is the non-techie part of me, there's a thing called Facebook Messenger, and it's the coolest thing ever because there's so many people that are
You
like,
didn't know about Facebook Messenger, really? That's funny
I
to me.
knew like the concept, but there's like, I didn't realize how much the groups really did not overlap. I thought I knew all the searchers from the forums. The forums is one set of groups and Facebook's another set of groups, and even Reddit. I'm starting to jump on Reddit. They're a little bit like the forums. They're a little bit mean. So I don't, or they flame and stuff. But the Facebook groups are pretty nice. I've been really pleasantly surprised about the Facebook groups being as nice as they are. So I give a shout out to, let's see, Fen Galore, Fen Fans, Calazar's Grand Adventure. There's probably some others, but those are the ones that I see kind of active all the time. So they're great.
And thanks for correcting me, Alan. It was Jeff Stevens who had that Omega theory and posted it in the groups on Facebook. Jeff Stevens. I want to make sure I got that right. It's a really cool theory. I like that.
Want to know something cool? Look at the right side of the front end papers address book. Notice an unusually. Okay, that is cryptic enough that I want to know more, Jonesy. I know that you are over on Harry's site, and I give a shout out to Harry's crew because they keep it real. They're a rowdy group. That's where, if you ever have a rowdy, feisty night, go over to Harry's crew because they're awesome, because they're super, super smart searchers. So I want to know more about that, Jonesy.
Is that Thrill of the Chase she's talking about? Or he's
I
talking about? I don't know.
Jonesy,
yeah, I don't know what
Jonesy is a female.
Oh, it is she. Okay, I had it right the first time.
Yeah. Yes. And she won the, do you remember the stick figure contest on Dallas?
Yeah, she won that? Oh, that's the drama you were talking about? Where people up in arms?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh,
but
okay, so I didn't even know about it.
Yeah,
right.
so, and Follow Me Down was telling me that the guy that, who dug the hole and got the backhoe.
Yeah.
He is back up on Fen Fans, and he's saying like the police need to just go a few more feet deep. And there's a little bit of controversy. I haven't seen that.
Well, he's also said he's going to put up YouTube videos explaining his solve, but I don't think he's done it yet. But he did say he was going to. Was that the Conway guy? Somebody Conway? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't think it's Conway.
Somebody else? Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Conway didn't go to jail.
No, not the guy. Oh, I'm getting them mixed up. Never mind. I'm getting them mixed up.
Yeah, there's too many. Yeah.
Does anybody want to read the poem and think about a solution? Read the poem over and over. So what if we had an hour where we just read the poem over and over and over again?
Well, and someone did ask me if I was willing to read the entire book over like an hour or two period. That is a copyright violation. So I'm not able to. Could there be kind of what Toby did with the book club? Is that possible? Yes. That was not popular. That was not one of their most popular segments. So I don't think that would be fantastic. But hey, we're up for trying different things. Mike likes to sit and read for hours.
Oh yeah.
Hours, so he would be.
Yeah, we could do something like that. Yeah, email us if you have ideas for future shows. Definitely email us because we are listening. So, Mark Connor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Thor, come on, live on the edge.
Yeah, well, I think I have been after tonight. Now you all know what has happened. So some people are like, is it just the drama? No, there were some additional things. We got through it though. Hey, Mike, we got through an investigation together.
Yeah.
We lived, we were on the edge. We were almost criminals.
Yeah, right. It is what it is. And yeah, it is what it is. But it's behind us. So onward and upward to better things.
Yes, and I will say, someone asked me what was my best moment in the chase. I will tell you there's two for me. One was my first boots on the ground with my brother after my mom had passed. We were estranged for a while. He said, please take this adventure with me because you're not super adventurous. You're like always serious and you're always working. And I went and we just had a blast. And the second was the Jamie drawing. Those are the two
Mm-hmm.
best experiences that I've had. And so going back, I wouldn't take back the Jamie drawing, even though it's been a little rough the last few weeks. Totally worth it. Totally a part of my
Yeah, I'm
search
glad we did it.
adventure. It was super fun, and I wouldn't have met Mike and
That's true.
Cynthia. That was where Forrest the month before. It was actually when I was boots on the ground when I was partnered with Follow Me Down. That's where I met Cynthia, and Forrest asked myself, Cynthia, hey, would you do this, Christy? And I said, yes, if Cynthia's there and Mike's going to do, I'm going to call Mike and see if he would potentially do this. So we wouldn't have been Mike without
Right.
the Jamie
And I
drawing.
got to meet Forrest Fenn, and I got to meet a bunch of searchers at that event and the Blue Corn. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And your first boots on the ground was
It
Forrest
was
Fenn's
to
Fall, wasn't
Santa
it?
Fe, New Mexico. That's right. Which, like I said,
Ah,
to me, that's the most important boots on the ground. To go to Forrest Fenn's house was great.
has
I
anyone
got that
heard
right
from?
there from his house. Remember the pottery shard?
Oh wait.
Yeah, we got to take one
Well,
from his pile from San
I got.
Lazaro.
See, you didn't do. I always push the line. I got one for
You
each
got
of my
two,
kids.
yeah.
And actually, Diggin' Gypsy. This is all and
She's got a
Copper
whole bunch,
Dan.
yeah.
I did meet you, but I got one for each of my kids. And Diggin' Gypsy just put a bunch of pictures. She has like 10 of these from her different visits. So
Right,
yeah,
that's awesome.
we had them. It was fun. So yeah, I did. Has anyone heard from Forrest lately?
Copper
It
says,
seems
and you
like
met me. That's right, Copper Dan.
exactly
That's what
Copper
I
Dan.
said. I met all kinds of
And
searchers.
he came directly from a Metallica concert. Talk about a cool guy. He has a
Right.
really interesting search story. So yes, Copper Dan, and we text and talk and all that, and you're super fun. But Alan K has asked, has anyone heard from Forrest lately? It seems he has been silent since the Axe Man.
The Axe Man? What does that mean?
The man that came into his
Oh, yeah,
place.
the person that broke in. I
Literally.
was thinking of the drawing with the guy with the axe in the book. I'm like, Axe Man. I know, I get it. Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's fantastic. I won't go into detail because some people are upset that I email him and he emails me back. But he's he's great. Let me just say. And I think there's a few people in the room that I know have talked to him today, so I will let them answer as well. So, Chicken Gypsy says she grabs more than she wants to. I remember when I was sitting with Forrest and Jason in his backyard, and Forrest asked Jason, so where's your search area? And Jason didn't want to say it in front of me. I said, oh, let me go adventure around your backyard, and I found those. I'll just say some of us have grabbed some things. I won't. Yeah. So, and his backyard is super cool with the wagon, and then there's a bear, and then there's other things, and I
The
just took
bell,
Willie,
yeah.
and we just kind of took off, and we had a good time. And then they're finally like, hello, are you out there? I'm like, I'll come back when I'm ready. And so anyway, so okay, so any other, let's see, Chris, if you've spilled guts and shared precious secrets, how do you part ways with your search partner? Exactly. My search partner. Okay, so Follow Me Down. You need to step up and say, do you have the super secret hints? Dun dun dun.
Well,
Okay,
it
so
seems to me that if anybody separates with a search partner, it's because you either went and looked and it's not there, or maybe you just found a new spot, but they want to stay at the old spot, so you just part ways, right?
oh my.
No, it's not that easy. Oh, okay. I guess I
Okay,
live in
so
my little sheltered world, don't I?
have you ever had it? Well, no, you've never searched. So have you ever partnered? Well, okay. So I will say that I've had very good experiences and a very bad experience. So I did have somebody on the forums, and I know that they're on the forums still, so I don't hope they're in here. I found out they weren't who they said they were, trying to be kind of, if you meet somebody on the internet on a forum that's on a treasure hunting forum, no hints here. Oh, Follow Me Down. You're disappointing the crowds. Anyway, if you do, I took a risk with Follow Me Down and said I hadn't met him, and I was just like, hey, can I, do you want to share your solve? I will tell anybody that's looking for a search partner, don't just put up, hey, do you want to share your solve? Because I had like 100 people do it, and there was a lot of hurt feelings of people like, why won't you take my solve and be a part? There were certain criteria I was looking for, so I wouldn't do that again. But there's a lot of unhappy endings between search partners. So I will say, pick your search partner very carefully. Don't share your search location if you're not willing to have it out and about. And so we had, if there was a hint, we would
differ so
differ
much on
so much
solves.
on our solves. So we
Oh,
didn't
gotcha.
differ. I guess we differed. We've just parted philosophies of when to let us search. I'm probably willing to let a search location go quicker if it doesn't go with my philosophy than others. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I've learned so much from Follow Me Down, because there's so many times that we were debating particular hints and he would say, specialized not. He is the one that I sent the book to and he sent it back. He doesn't read scrapbook. He is a poem purist, meaning he's never looked at anything other than a little bit of the forums. So I learned so much because there was so much specialized knowledge I had. And I will say I was out with Cynthia, boots on the ground, and we had such a blast. And she's like, this is so different than I've experienced. I'm like, search partner, it brings such a different experience. But there are some really bad stories I've heard. Some people have, I had somebody offer to sell me someone else's search
Yeah,
location.
that's not good.
So just be careful who you do trust. But I can tell you, and shout out to Follow Me Down, it was a great experience of search partners. But now he has a new search partner, I have a new search partner, and we'll always have that time. But no, it's time. It's where I'm going into the new search season, so I'm ready for heading north.
Well, there's a lot of people that email me and have over the last year and say, I know right where it is. Let's enter an agreement where you go get it for me or something like that. But they always want me to sign a contract, sign an agreement, and I'm like, why would I do that? I mean, I don't know if you know where it is or not. No, I'm not entering in an agreement with anybody.
You don't just pinky swear, as a rock says. You just pinky
right.
swear. That's all you have to do.
Right.
Covert one, I'm not sure how close we'll be, but I will definitely let you know when I'm up, because I'd love to get some people together all at the same time. Yeah, and Follow Me Down has a new search partner who has fresh eyes, and that's a really cool thing too. If you have somebody that, some people say, and Jason Eunice said this last night, if you have somebody that's brand new, that is not a disadvantage. That can actually be an advantage. There's some people that have been in it too long and maybe fixated too much. What, Mike?
Redneck Express says you have now searched with every search partner your search partner has ever had. That's funny.
I am so glad you guys get a kick out of that.
That's funny.
I think somebody else made a comment like that as well. Yes, that's true, and that's not a bad thing. So I always say though, and there's a couple other. What?
No, Paul says he may be looking for a search partner. Newsflash.
Really?
Yeah, never know.
Okay. Well,
it's just a big soap opera, isn't it?
Well, and so here's the thing for me. I hate to say I'm not exclusive, but when someone says they're looking for a search partner, I am willing to have search partners in different areas. I just had somebody. There's 3 questions that I asked. One,
are you crazy?
There's this. Well, everybody says no, and the answer is always yes.
Right.
One is a specific question about WWWH. One is about parking lot to the treasure chest. Everybody knows my Forrest Fenn surprise words. And then I give them, or they give me, their general area, because if I'm already partnered with somebody in that general area, I rule it out, because I don't believe I can be it's a conflict of interest to have 2 search partners in the same location. So I currently don't have anybody in Colorado. So if you want to call, I do have
But how do you keep that separate? So you're saying you could have 4 different search partners, one in each state? Is that what you just said? Then you keep the information separate from each other?
Absolutely.
That's interesting. See, now, I'd never thought to ask somebody, do you have more than one search partner? So that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because the way I look at it is the searches, and I'm very open about it, the searches are specific to locations. So if somebody does want to jump, like Follow Me Down and I were looking at a place in Colorado because we were trying to look for a new location that didn't pan out. I didn't have anybody in Colorado. I was willing to go there. But if I had somebody that just approached me about the area that Follow Me Down's in, I couldn't go. I just said I can't, because I know Follow Me Down's search location. I cannot have that, even though Follow Me Down has a new search partner, I can't have a new location or a new partner in the same location. So I had to turn it down, even though I'm sure it was a great solve. So I am willing in certain locations to go general, but it would take a lot of time and trust, and it would need to be somebody I know. So don't email. I'm good. Right now I'm good because I just took on 2 search partners, and so I'm good. And I just let one go. And so anyway, that's yeah. Safe searching, you all. Safe searching.
Well, just
So
be careful on who you trust, because even though it's somebody that's on a forum, you really don't know who you're talking to. So there's some oddballs out there. So just be careful. That's all my advice. If you're
well,
actually
and
going to meet
here's
somebody in person.
Well, and not only meet somebody in person, here's the other thing. If somebody shares some information with you, and then some oddball person that you may not even know actually has a general same area, it's like I've been accused of sharing information with other searchers when they share it with me, and I don't. But there's no way to prove a negative. So, so I don't try to overlap. But you also, I mean, be careful who you share stuff with. So,
Right.
anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So it'll be fun. I'm going north for, I think, at this point. So trying to find out um I'm not responding to that one. And so I just have fun with it, y'all. I mean, we're all just trying to find a treasure chest hidden somewhere in the Rockies by Forrest Fenn, who does not give hints to anybody. Nobody has the treasure chest.
And the important thing is to have fun doing it.
Yes, and Diggin' Gypsy, I'm going north in your general vicinity. So whenever you're searching, tell me, because I gotta meet you, girl. I gotta meet you.
I like when somebody says, "That's my location." No, that may be somewhere you're searching, but you don't have ownership of a location. You can't go there. That's where I look. Well, guess what?
Tim Walker, what would I tell Forrest if I find it? I actually think he would tell me, because he's told me he's going to tell me when the treasure chest has been found to put up on Thor. So I think he's going to tell me, but
that you
think
found
he has
it.
a way.
He's going to tell you that you found.
Say it's been found.
Oh,
put up
you
there,
think
and
he
I'm gonna
has
go,
that way? Oh, I see.
No, I don't think he's guessing. I think he has a way to
Yeah,
know.
he has a way to know. Okay.
But I'm not telling anybody anything. Look up on AGK. They can tell you how to take a picture of it with a newspaper and all that to make sure that it's out there. I do believe that the community should know, so we don't have any other deaths.
Yeah.
But I do, or people expending money. But I'm not putting my information out there. What did Diggin' Gypsy say? Hell no. Stay on your side of the mountain, Diggin' Gypsy. I'm coming to see you. Or actually, I don't know exactly where you're searching, but I'm heading north-ish. And Copper Dan, I'll tell you when I find that. Forrest always says, don't go out without confidence. We have the opposite problem in this community. We have too many confidence, or not just you, Copper Dan. Everybody thinks I've been out boots on the ground 6 times. Every time I'm like, I got this, and I don't got this. So
only one person can find it, everybody.
Yeah, your search area was virgin. Sure it was. She just didn't tell you, my friend. Redneck Express. I don't think that might be the case. So
you know what they say: if you haven't seen it, it's new to you. So
are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking about NBC programming. If you haven't seen it, it's new to you.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else that anybody wants to say before we sign off from the? I think haven't we been going an hour? What are we?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
I think we're more than an hour. It doesn't matter. Does it matter how long we go?
I don't know.
So we are going to go live this Monday night, which is Veterans Day. Thank you, everybody that served. 7 p.m. Mountain, correct? And I don't know if there'll be a panel or not. We're going to figure that out. It might just be me and Kpro talking about things just like this. So I hope everybody tunes in Monday, 7 p.m. Mountain. So make sure you subscribe to the Raven's Nest. Make sure you hit that little bell, and you should be notified. And I'll always post it in the Grand Adventure when we're going to go live. And I think Christy posted on Thor as well. And
I did. I think I did. Yeah.
And join the Kalazar's Grand Adventure on Facebook, because that's where you'll find out about the Grand Adventure for the silver coin whenever that happens. So.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to cover the 4 search states.
The coins will be hidden. Don't worry.
Yeah, Nevada will definitely be covered. California, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. There's several states in the Northeast. I've already said this. I'm traveling to the UK, so the UK will be covered.
Here's a thought. So when we do our poker tournament, what if we give a clue to an actual coin that's buried somewhere in Nevada or in the Las Vegas area. So a real treasure hunt, but I guess people would need a rental car and all that stuff. So, but we could put the clue out at that time while people are out here, and if they want to go look for it, that's on them.
Well, some people had asked what we're doing with SearchCoin 2. I don't know if you remember, Mike, what we're doing with SearchCoin 2.
What are we doing with SearchCoin 2? You just want to put that out there right now?
Oh my God. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember. I'm asking you. Do you want to put that out there right now? Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, what's on your shelf behind you? Let's talk about that before. Does
What?
anybody want to know about SearchCoin 2? Copper Dan's asking, like right behind you. What are you saying?
That Copper Dan piece right there? Is that what we're talking about?
And you also have is that a treasure chest back there?
That is a treasure chest, yeah. That is a real treasure chest that had a bunch of cool stuff in it.
Yeah, so SearchCoin 2, we have talked about if we do get a Vegas trip together, will it be within the tournament or will it be a separate? We don't know yet. Forrest, I did deliver SearchCoin 1 to him, and so that's the only one that is officially out. Everything else was staying kind of residing in its spot, because I do have to say, as silly as I won't say silly, as much as we had to walk through the investigation, there was a couple people that actually there wasn't a couple. There was one person that was very negative about the silver coins, and they were going to follow to make sure that if anyone was not on certain ground, they were going to turn us in and blah, blah, blah. So we've worked that out. And so but I kind of shut everything down as I figured out what kind of land. Oh, and maybe I asked Forrest and got a super secret hint. No, I'm kidding.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I know. That'll just make everybody go up in arms.
Can the Copper SearchCoin number 1 be given back to FF? Well, that's up to the owner of Copper SearchCoin number 1. So.
And actually, I want to make a comment to that. I think one of the hardest things in life is to completely rebuild from nothing. And it's already out who it is. So I will say I was the one that asked Jamie if she would consider it for the Carissa drawing that we were trying to build. And
coin number 3, right? Coin 3. That was coin 3 for the. Well, I had thought that the idea was for coin 3.
Okay, let's say coin 3. And so at that time, she was very honest with this is all she has. She just got a home back. She's trying to build up her home because she did get a fixer-upper, and her husband is wonderful and such a great handyman. But we really had a kind of heartfelt conversation of when you rebuild from nothing, that is so hard to do. And so there is so much of a journey ahead of her, even though she's so positive and so great. So I will say, I don't think at this time, but, and maybe it was SearchCoin 3, maybe I'm getting things mixed up, but I will just say that Jamie is so freaking wonderful. It's so awesome to have people like that in the community. So I feel blessed to know her. And I will say she caught some shade from some people that were like, why didn't you know that she is rebuilding from nothing? So just give everybody a break. Like, be as kind as you want people to be to you. So just anyway. But
I don't think you actually said. So silver 2019 coin number 2, I think should be in the poker tournament. I think that should be for first place. They get whatever money however the casino works that out, but I think they should get coin number 2.
You do, Mike. Where is SearchCoin 2, and who gets to make that decision?
Right. That decision still needs to be made, but that's my opinion.
I very much value Mike's opinion, and maybe we live it for the community. You know what would be really
cool? We could vote. Yeah.
We could not only vote, maybe we do a Fen trivia and we do top 20 questions or 100 questions and see who gets the most right. And then the person that
100
does,
questions.
Yeah, because I guarantee there's some people in the community that SearchCoin 2 should go to second place. Covert 1 came in second place on the
Yeah, that's right, Covert 1. And also, I want to make very clear, because I know people are going to make it up, me and Christy are not going to make any money off this poker tournament. The casino handles the money. You pay them. They take a percentage out for running the game, and they pay all the rest of it out. Yeah. So don't think you're giving money to me or Christy, because you're not. It's the casino that would run the poker tournament. And that's the best way to do it. They know how to run poker tournaments.
Well, and one of the follow me down, you'll lose because you're a poem purist and you deserve that. But here was one of the coolest thing with the investigators. The investigators wanted to know, how much money did we make? I had shelled out about plenty of money for shipping and this and that and the other. Right. One of the easiest ways for us to show that we did not take any profit or that we were clear from criminal and penalties and all that, was to show that none of us took a dime. And I will tell
Right.
you, I'm not taking a dime on the next one or any of them in the future. It'll just be fun. So anyway, I would win trivia. Test me, Eric. Bring it on. So we already have a split house. We already have some saying trivia, some saying poker. So
Or maybe both. Maybe we do both.
We don't have 2 search coin ones. Whatever do you mean?
Oh, I didn't realize it was for Search Coin. I just meant the idea of doing a trivia contest. Do you mean in person here in Vegas, or do you mean on Thor?
From what I've understood, and for those of you that have been a part of the Fenbury's, from what I've understood, they have done like trivia contests for like t-shirts and mugs and things like that. And so like I was thinking like we do like a poker tournament officially in the poker room, but then we go and do like maybe we rent a room or we have a location or
we would if we're going to get 40 or 50 people, we'd have to rent something so everybody. Yeah, I mean we can't all hang out in the poker room once the game's over. What are we going to do? The poker game.
Is there a park anywhere in Vegas, Mike? Like a park like that has trees? That
Yes.
have leaves on them?
Yes. We could go to the park.
So,
well, no, February. Yeah, I guess we could do that. We'll figure all that out, everybody. We'll let you know what we come up with.
But it could be like a search contest like that. This is where Cynthia didn't weigh in earlier. So Cynthia is organizing the event with us. And so
Cynthia, get ready.
She'll have all those ideas. Oh, I could totally get Cynthia down there. It'll be awesome.
Ooh, a coin hidden in the park where we're at. That would be interesting.
They've done, and actually I've heard that some of the Fenburys, they actually had items hidden. Some of them were for
that would be
they
fun.
did like a kid little scavenger hunt, and then they did an adult one. And we can all sleep on Mike's couch.
Nice.
Awesome.
We could even put a map in for the poker tournament. You never know. We got all kinds of ideas.
Yeah, and Ramona's there, and Decal's there, and John Wayne Bobbitt is there.
Yeah,
and
they all better show up. There's a bunch. I know a bunch of others. I just don't know if they want me to mention their name. I know she's in. She's the event champion. Maybe she'll bring the $100 bill that Forrest signed. Maybe that'll go back in. Who knows? There's a lot of possibilities. We'll get it all nailed down. I hope we do know what we're going to do by December 31st, because then you guys would have to let us know who's going to make it so we can reserve and all that fun stuff.
Paul is on me tonight. Paul, you be good. Yeah, no, we're not splitting up the treasure chest. We are splitting up a fun weekend in Vegas with some people that have the same passion as we all do, which is
to get together and have fun.
Yeah. So anyway, it'll be fun. So this was just a way to kind of say, okay, we put all the stuff in the past. Let's get back to content. It'll be great. Buried versus hidden. Contents of the chest. Those are 2 topics. We have put to bed any other questions forever now, or hold your peace. This is your last minute. And then I don't have anything. Okay, what I asked for a coin.
Good luck, Steve. Good luck.
Okay, maybe, sure. I don't know what all that means exactly. Just like Jonesy's earlier comment, I need to know more.
Forrest is getting silver coin number 1, right?
So
no,
Forrest has in his vault silver coin number 1.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't know if everybody knew that, but you gave him coin number 1. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Just like he had coin number 1, and he was nice enough to put it in the raffle. So, all right. Just want to make that clear. That's why number 2 would be very valuable, because it's number 2. So if we put it in the tournament, hey, that's pretty awesome. Whoever wins it. And yes, me and Kpro are playing in the tournament. Just make that clear as well.
Yeah, Mike has made it clear because that was his excuse of not making Gary part in the tournament because he was the one dealing. He is not dealing in the next tournament. We would make it like legit we would partner with a casino, because then it would be legal and not be able to be turned into the Gaming Society of America.
Yeah, and the casino would run the tournament. That way we're not part of it. They're running it. You guys just show up and pay if you want to play. So somebody said Illinois Ghost gets number 1. You want to tell them what Illinois Ghost got?
No, Illinois Ghost gets number 2, just as he did. He got number 2 of the copper coin.
Oh, I thought it was number 3. Number 2?
I'm sorry, number.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you.
He got number 3 of the copper coin.
Number 1 went to Forrest. Number 2 was on hold for this
poker tournament, right?
Number 3 goes to Illinois Ghost.
Does he have that coin yet?
He does not, and actually, he's given me his address. I was holding off to look at the investigative searchers that want to make sure that I don't put them in the wrong spots or they will turn me into the federal government. So yeah, we got through that. I just told them I needed to sit tight and wait for that. So
I don't
yes,
know. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, went down a rabbit hole there for a minute.
were you going to be sarcastic? I'm being way too
Mm-mm.
sarcastic tonight. I'm sorry. But I'm doing it with a smile now. Okay. So my bad thing. Yeah. Okay. So any other comments, questions? But Mike, you were such a good dealer, Covert One said. So I think
Yeah.
you need to
Well, hey, there
consider
can always be a private poker game after the official tournament. We just gotta. Somebody has a big suite or something. We all go there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's Vegas. Anything
Wow.
can happen.
Suites in Vegas? Do they have such a thing?
I think so. And conference rooms, and it's whatever somebody wants to rent out. I'm sure they'll be happy to accommodate. So.
Yeah. So I'm sure there'll be splinter groups and different things, and different people have different interests. Some will want to go zipline. Fremont Street is a very interesting street.
Yeah, Fremont Street would be fun.
Copper Dan has a comment. Do we want to wait for that comment? I heard a rumor that coin 2 and 3 have taking devices or
talking devices in them. I think tracking devices.
Tracking devices.
Good one, Paul.
Okay, so Paul, stop the drinking. Stop the drinking.
Golden Owl Learning Discovery. Were you in the first poker tournament there at the Hilton? I don't know who that is, so maybe.
That sounds fun. Been far too long since I played against Mike.
I don't know. Maybe it's somebody I know out here. You never know.
Yeah, and I hope that the diversity of people. I think there was somebody that I hope she was 21. There was a couple of really, I call them youngins. I felt old because they were such youngins. And then there was Vets and Boomer Girl and Covert One.
And that brings up a good point. You have to be 21, guys, to play and get in the casino. So this is a 21 and over poker tournament and Fenbury gathering, whatever you want to call it. Whatever name we come up with, you have to be 21.
Yeah. So come up with a name. And what was our other contest? So Decoy's girlfriend. And
the name of the poker tournament, annual gathering.
Poker tournament.
Whatever.
And we're only going to do one coin a week. So once we find something that we really like, that's when we'll announce it, and we'll issue a coin every week. Let's get coins out there every week.
And then some of those copper coins could be in the poker tournament. You never know.
Your poker?
Yeah, maybe. You never know. And I want to say thanks to Jeff Mapes because he sent me a copper coin to be hidden with one of the silver ones. So that'll happen too.
Nice. Okay. So any other things tonight,
Golden
Mike?
Owl. I gotta ask Golden Owl. I gotta figure out who that is. This is my school. You know me for years. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
There was a lot of people in that poker tournament that night that
right.
I'll just leave it at that. There's some people that I met that night that
okay.
Let's just say they're later in your little video, Mike.
Oh, okay.
So okay. So,
all right, everybody.
I think that's everything for tonight. We'll see you on Monday, and we've cleared the air. Everything's great. So all positive, and love you all. And anything, and email me if you have topic ideas, contest ideas, all that stuff. But we're all good.
Yeah. So subscribe, and everything's good. And all right, we'll see you guys Monday night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.